Oh my gosh, we're live, aren't we? Are we live? Yes, we are. We're live again, guys. It's really good to be here today. We have a lot of cool stuff to talk about. I'm back in town. Brad's here. We're using a multi-camera thing, so we're just going to go over some really fun, cool ideas and stuff that really matters to Brad and I, and hopefully you guys too, in today's What's in the Box Live.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Back to you, Jon.
All right, we're back. That is great. That is great. No, yeah, I've great. Congratulations to our sales manager Mo. He got married this week, last weekend, and I got to go check that out and watch him just have a beautiful time getting married. He got married in Key West, and that is a very fun place. It was great to spend some time with Mo and some friends from around town, and just congratulations to Hannah and Mo for celebrating their love together and becoming a one unit.
One legal entity.
One legal entity. Now they get tax breaks. Do they get tax breaks? I think they have to have kids to really see a tax break.
Probably.
So, Mo, if you want more taxes, have kids. Yeah. And if you want more gray hairs, apparently, have kids. That's the way it goes. How's everybody been, by the way? Brad, how are you?
I'm here.
Brad is here.
I'm here. I was not at the wedding.
You know,
I don't fly.
let's see. What we got a comment already. Out of the gate, we got a comment. What's going on? When are you guys doing that special, like you did a few years, where it's like $4.99 for a one-color print? Okay, first of all, it's $3.99 for a one-color print on a black T-shirt. You can do that right now. Just hit up somebody in sales, say I went in on the special, and you will get in on that special. Also, just talk to a sales rep. Talking to our sales reps are one of the best things ever. You can really hone in on what you're trying to do. You know, a special is very hard because we're just basically saying, hey, this is a good deal for anyone who wants to jump in on it, but you might have a use case, a need that's really unique to yourself, and they'll help you find that. So yeah. So Brad, what are you sipping on today, my man?
I've got a quarter of a gallon of Milo's tea. You want some? Oh, you got conch.
Yeah, I can't. We have a unofficial official sponsorship with Quick Trip with a. You know, we don't have a contract with them, but I'm a man of my word, and I've told my own heart that I really like Quick Trip. So I can't go against my. What do you call it? My not business ethics that haven't really been made into a business deal yet. So,
I think it's been a minute since I've had a Quick Trip cup. They're the one by us. They're almost always out of large foam.
They are but isn't that the only foam they carry? They might have extra large too as well.
No, they used to have XL. They took it away. They have large, and then the only other foam one is the Big Q foam.
The Big Q foam.
Yeah.
By the way, we'll come back to that, but it says I did some. Oh, you did some 2 years ago, and the print. Oh wait, and the print on the shirt is still excellent to this day. So, thank you. That's because of Brad and the team. Brad's the magician who knows how to make awesome T-shirts. So you can thank him personally.
And drink sweet tea.
That's the secret to good printing. Sweet printing.
Yeah.
Sweet teas.
Sweet tea.
Sweet tea makes sweet teas. What would you guys think about us making? First of all, we like to make some really unique kind of like promotional items and gifts to give out. We have the peach air fresheners that go out with our orders. Some fun stickers and stuff. Stickers are great and useful. They're kind of easy, typical to do, but we can make almost anything. So I've been trying to think of some unique items, and I was thinking about making some actual Terminus tea, like maybe we can that's how we can get in touch with Milo's and working with them. So like I don't think they have a blacked out label, number one. We can do a blacked out label of Terminus tea, peach tea with Milo's. Or maybe they can just mass produce it for us or something. But no, I've always thought it'd be funny to make peach tea leaves, kind of like where you can make your own sweet tea at home. Mm-hmm. And in our gift packs that we send out, send you guys some Terminus peach tea or Terminus tea. If you're into golfing, I've always thought that'd be funny to make some Terminus like teas.
Little teas, black teas.
Yeah. Coincidentally, tea time is what you book when you golf. Also, tea time is a very English thing.
Yeah.
It's the time of day that you have tea.
But they put milk in their tea.
So do a lot of like the boba teas. You know, all these places with the unique teas that's not just straight up Southern sweet tea, the milk shows up a whole lot.
Yeah, I think that's weird. And maybe that is because we're just, from the South. But it doesn't make sense to me because milk is creamy and tea is good juice.
But see, a lot of people would think the same thing about coffee. Like,
yeah, I don't drink coffee, so I don't have an opinion on that one.
Drugel's been to Italy. Do they do coffee? Do they do cream in their coffee, or is that like a? Is that a?
I don't know. I drink my coffee black, so I don't know.
You didn't notice if anybody was.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. Lots of espresso everywhere. That's what I can tell you.
What about a dollop of mascarpone? Just cheese in your coffee.
So if you're Italian, how do you take your coffee? With cream, sugar, mascarpone? That'd be a cool Italian mafia boss name.
Coffee mascarpone.
Yeah, my name's Mars Capone. I'm Al's brother. I mean, maybe the most least threatening, just delicious gangster you've ever met. You know, we really think we make fun of everything. I think that's the key to life in general, but also a good business culture. Well, at least our business culture is to not be afraid to make fun of everything we can and find the humor in it. It makes for, I think that's why our video content has all the skits and stuff. We're always thinking of what we think is funny, and we're glad that you guys are having fun with that too. We actually posted some new stuff. We got a lot of content coming out. We were actually reviewing that the other day. We had a strategy where we created a lot of content first, so much so that there's stuff I'd never even really seen before, or maybe we've created a good bit to where like,
it's cycles.
Yeah, it's just like there's so much to absorb. So I'm just going through and deciding when to put stuff out, and it's fun to go through feels like when you go to your grandma's house, she pulls out the album, the picture album, and you get to look through all the stuff and be like, oh, look, there's Tim with short hair.
Oh, dude, yeah, you go like back like throughout the years and look at stuff. It's like it's heartwarming, but also like it's weird how much time passes and you're not even aware of it, especially after COVID.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, and you can tell how long ago the video was based on like Drew's hair length.
Drew was actually spotted with Miley Cyrus' sister.
When?
That video that I sent, I wish we would have kept that so we could.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Dude, it's crazy.
Where's that video? Can we put it out?
I'd have to go find it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I sent it to Drew. Can we Bluetooth it on
Let me see
there?
if I can get it up. Onto the screen.
Yeah, let's do that because it is. It's Drew. He's pretending it's not right now, but it's actually Drew with one of the Cyruses, the Cyri.
The Cyri. Yeah, the
Cyruses.
I was just thinking about that. It's crazy seeing like lookalikes. Like I feel like Brad could get a lot of. I've heard people say that you have lookalikes that you look like.
The biggest one that I've ever gotten is, it's all with my hair down. With my hair up, it's whatever because I just look, not normal. I don't think I'm a normal looking person, but with my hair down, it's definitely the wrestler Mankind.
Is that Undertaker?
Undertaker.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say
No, not Undertaker. No, Mankind and like I can't remember his other names, but I don't know. Mankind is the one that I remember the most, but he wore the sock puppet too.
The only time I feel like a good photographer is when I take pictures of Brad, and then I have people I know say, and they see the picture and they say, you look like Jason Momoa.
Okay, so I don't get that.
I only get it when it's like that. But it's probably because you look some of the photos we took. You know, the headshot style stuff. It looks very model-esque, and therefore it looks more professional. So you look like a professional Jason Momoa.
He's just like, I am pasty and homie is tan.
Well, you're before. You're like wintertime Jason Momoa.
Yeah, if I could. My buddy actually, he sent me a text last night. He goes, he sent me a picture of his scale at his house, and he sends it to me. He goes, you want to bet $5 on who can lose 40 pounds first? And I said, what's your Venmo? I'll just go ahead and send it to you. It was random but yeah, maybe if I lost 50 pounds or gained a couple pounds of muscle, but no, I think you look like your dad. And Mo's wedding, the pictures, dude, you in that white suit, you look great, but you look like your dad hard.
Yeah, I get that. It's the beard. Like my beard's been going whiter, and I was having Mo and them decide for us to wear white outfits.
But all y'all look good, but like the way the gradation between your hair to beard to suit was sick.
Yeah,
I thought it looked really cool.
It was like a Key West looking Gandalf. Gandalf and Hemingway are best friends for life.
No, but that really that was that was because that's like the polar opposite of all that I mean, both of us, we wear black.
Yeah.
Almost always. Like I'll spice something
I would
up.
say most of the guys in the wedding were used to wearing black shirts. Everybody, that's just what it is. Like more black. So none of us were used to wearing white. So we had to make fun of it, and we were calling ourselves the Milk Boys, BOIS. Or we say we look like a bunch of marshmallows. And my nickname was my nickname was Stay Puff Daddy. Stay Puff Diddy or something like that. Old school, not current charges. Whatever all that's about. Yeah, so which is funny because I don't like marshmallows at all. So,
I love marshmallows.
But anyway, so yeah, we were all white during the wedding, and it was nice to not be. I felt we were all like, can we just go shirtless? Like we feel like we'd be more comfortable not wearing all white.
It looked good though.
Yeah,
it looked really good.
That's one thing. If you have the good thing, if you don't like it's not that we didn't like it, we weren't used to wearing it. So I don't want Hannah to get sad if she sees us. No, everybody looked great. But when you're not used to wearing that kind of stuff, it's great to wear it as a group or a team. Like you don't feel like the only person.
Years ago, Mo and I did that at a Halloween party.
What's that?
Dressed all in white.
Really?
Yes.
Like Andrew WK style?
I was in it wasn't a suit, but it was definitely like dress shirt and stuff, and I don't know. It was years ago, but it was very we did the all white thing, and I definitely dig it, but I'm too messy of a person to keep formal wear. The last time I was in anything formal was at Arena's wedding, and it's fun to do it every now and again, but on a daily basis, I am so thankful that I don't have to put on a suit and tie.
Me too. The one thing about wearing the whole white suit, we were all sitting at the bar before. There's that gap between we've done our pictures. We did the pictures beforehand and then waiting for the thing to start. And we're like, oh, we have an hour and a half to kill. So we're at the bar having some delicious treats. And but being out in the sun and the heat and all that kind of stuff, we were cool. It was beautiful out there, but the drinks we were drinking were condensating. And we stood up, and I was drinking these, they call them lime coladas, key lime coladas. It's a mixture of a pina colada and a key lime pie-ish kind of flavor, It was delicious. We stand up, and it had water speckles all over the crotch roll region, and it wasn't a good look. But I'm glad there was a breeze. It dried us off, so we didn't look like we wet ourselves before the beautiful ceremony of the legally binding of two souls.
Legally bound.
Legally
people.
bound. No, it was a great time. Key West, great food. Great friends. Yeah, it was great. So if you've never been to Key West, it's it was a good time. Not so many beaches. It's more of a rocky island. They do have some, but they said they had to bring in like boatloads of sand from the Bahamas to make a beach because it's just rocks. They're normally coral and rocks and volcanic debris.
The only island I've ever been to is like Outer Banks.
Outer Banks.
Yeah.
Where's that? Because that just sounds like
North Carolina.
it sounds like the generic place you tell somebody to go in a movie.
I was actually playing Fortnite. I play Fortnite with randoms. You ever play Call of Duty with randoms?
All the time.
Okay, so I was in a random game and they were asking like where I lived and it's like Georgia, my internet sucks, et cetera, and we got talking about like places that you love or whatever, and I was like Outer Banks, and they're like the show. I said, huh? I guess there was a show called The Outer Banks, and
Outer Limits.
no, there was an MTV show called The Outer Banks, and the person I was talking to thought like, what were you like on the show? I was like, no, it's a real place. In North Carolina. It's where like Kitty Hawk is where the first flight ever took place. Orville and Wilbur Wright,
Right.
So,
Well, I've been there before.
Yeah.
So that's the Outer
that's not
Banks.
bad, yeah.
It just seems like if you have banks that are away from other banks, those would be your outer banks.
The Outer Banks.
Sounds like a good place to hide a body.
Yeah. The wild horses would just eat it.
Yep. So, yes. What else is going on around here? Well, we've been talking about it multiple times, but we are completely done, I guess you would say, with preparing to buy this building next door. At Terminus, we have one nice facility, one big facility, and the next door person he's retired, and we bought the building. So we close on the 15th of May, and we'll have double the space of what we currently have. Currently, we're about a 12,000 square foot building or so. So it'll put us up there in the 24, it's like 1% of a $500,000 or something, or a $250,000. Yeah, we should describe it like that. That sounds way bigger.
Yeah.
We have 1% of a $250,000 building.
People do math. In
Or
their
10%. 10% of a $250,000. I'm bad. I would mess it up, but that's the point. Is if it's the way to package package it. They call it spin.
Yeah. There's a workout room next door.
It calls it a workout room, but it's like an attic with one light beaming down on a solitaire workout bench. It looks like somewhere a serial killer would literally work out.
He left it all there too.
He left us the workout bench?
He asked if I wanted it, and I said, dude, leave it, yeah. I mean...
Dude, come to the new Terminus Tees gym.
He was, I mean, like, if I could have scrapped those cabinets too, like all that metal, like, if
Yeah.
I would have had my truck then, like, I'd be like, yeah, I'll take the cabinets and scrap them. He's a cool dude. The guy that we're talking about, really, he's a good guy.
We should advertise that we have a gym, and when someone comes by, we take him in to open the closet. You have to go all the way upstairs, around a couple like corners,
And it's empty now, so it's like
and a
liminal.
complete big empty attic with one light in there, and and a workout bench. And I just feel like it needs to have an old busted radio in there, barely playing in the background, just like old music. It just feels
And the
like
signs like sweat is pain leaving the body.
and just open the door and just be like, continue, have fun.
Go for it. Do some squats and
My microphone fell down. Sorry, everyone.
do some reps. God, that's so
Reps
funny.
doing reps.
Reps
Dude,
doing
that could be
reps.
a new skit we can do. Reps doing reps.
Yeah, I want to see how many times Ryan Kane can bench press 150 pounds.
I want to see how many times John Walker can bench Ryan Kane.
Ooh. We could do that right now. We should go grab him.
If you guys want to see our employees working out, utilizing other employees.
Yeah, utilizing as a tool.
Yeah. There's so many things you can do in business nowadays to really improve culture, like forcing your employees to use each other to work out on.
Because Walker's pretty wide. I mean, he's skinny, but he's wide.
Yeah. But, I mean, this would make him buff. And Ryan Kane.
He's like 110 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
And I imagine the person getting bench press or whatever would be like a core workout for them. Because you've got to stay.
plank,
You've got to
yeah.
plank. So plank on your friend while he bench presses you. It's a double workout. It's very efficient. Saves
Yeah.
time. So, guys, if you guys have anything you want to talk about, there's something we need to talk about. You get free stuff just by talking to us and bringing up anything you want to talk about. Literally anything. It doesn't have to be on t-shirts. We like it to be because we know something about those, but we know things about things.
things about stuff.
And if we don't, we'll either learn it or make up something that sounds good. So that's how that is. You know, I was on a podcast the other day, and I liked that they had a dad joke of the day. Like every day, everybody on the podcast has to say a dad joke of the day.
Really?
And it reminded me, and I got a little plug to talk about our dad joke video we made a long time ago, which it made me really think, man, we gotta get ready for dad joke 2. We really need to focus on that. I was really proud. Brad and I made up a lot of dad jokes and came up with some on the fly too. And I got to tell 2 of them on the podcast the other day, and everyone laughed.
Nice.
Everyone, it was me and a guy named Travis. So we both laughed. No. So yeah, that's a good thing to do. So if you know a dad joke, we're going to rip them off. Go ahead and put it in the comments. And
Send it to us.
we'll send you a free t-shirt if you make us laugh at any given time. Even if you make Brad smile.
Yeah.
'Cause Brad hasn't been feeling the best because of the weather, and it's not the weather's bad, it's the pollen. I don't know if you would call that weather when people say
It
that.
is, you know, it's a conditional thing. It
People say they're under the weather, but sometimes it doesn't have anything to do with the weather.
No, I just cannot breathe. And pollen sucks. And it's this year, I don't know why it's hitting me so much harder than previous years. But yeah, it's so rampant and everywhere. And you said you don't get affected by it.
I mean, no, I really don't. There's been times it's just random, but you know, I guess they call it a hay fever if you just, is that what you get when, what is a hay fever when people say they have one?
Dude, I thought it was like if you're allergic to hay.
I thought it
I'm
was
not
just,
even being funny. I legitimately thought that's what hay fever was. Like in the olden times where you're born in a barn.
and they believed everything was hay.
Yeah, well, I mean, like you get laid down in the hay and suddenly your baby's got colic. Like, nope, hay fever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or
I
like,
think Droogle's
Hay
droogling.
fever is a common name for allergic rhinitis. Hay fever is caused by the nose and or eyes coming into contact with environmental allergens such as pollen, grasses, weeds, or
Yeah.
trees, dust mite, molds, animal dander.
Yeah,
is itis just mean inflation? Because
I
anytime,
think that's right.
there's so many things with the word itis.
it's like sinusitis is what because I always call it sinus infections, but they're like, you can have sinusitis. And I was like, that sounds, it's too many syllables for me to say confidently. But no, like the other day, my eyes, especially up here with like the cool air constantly blowing, and I'm like, I just want to rip my eyeballs out. I strongly considered it yesterday.
Yeah, I don't deal with it too much. I might get like all snotty and stuff because of the pollen. Like we've talked about before, Georgia gets pretty crazy. I mean, I've seen plumes of yellow dust in the air. Almost looks like powdery snow, but it's yellow. So in the southeast, I don't know if everyone else deals with that, but in Georgia, it seems like we just get this nice dose of
All the pine trees.
just procreating all over the place.
So many pines.
Yeah.
Just doing their procreation.
So we get stuck in all that. So I didn't know if you guys deal with that. But yeah, the dad jokes. Yeah, more dad jokes in the world. They make everyone laugh. We talked about it, how it causes a cute cringe, if that makes sense. There's a part where you enjoy it, but you hate it. You know what I mean?
I think I like it. I like them because like there was a meme that I shared the other day. I've started sharing like old people memes unironically on Facebook because I think they're funny now. I've always thought they were funny, but usually it's just like when I was younger, I would share something. It's just like I legitimately find this funny, but no one of my friends they're going to think that I'm sharing it ironically.
Right.
But the other day it was like it was like an old Renaissance type painting, and it was two dudes, one sitting there, one guy had a newt, like a little lizard boy. So the dudes are sitting there, and the captions read, what are you doing? Something something. But the punchline was, because he's my newt. Small.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is hilarious. And there was another one about like a bass guitar, but it was like some dude holding a bass. It was like, oh, this is bass fishing, not bass fishing. And I almost lost.
So, what kind of person doesn't you say that's old people jokes? Like, which I understand, dad jokes are dad jokes, but the thing is, everybody enjoys them. I think dads get misrepresented. I'm not even a dad.
Yeah, me neither.
We're
dog dads.
Yeah, we're dog dads. But yeah, to me, when we were younger, we called them Laffy Taffy jokes because they kind of. I feel like most of those belong to that, or like a popsicle stick.
Just corny jokes, yeah.
I don't know if you guys ever experienced that. Now you get a popsicle, you're done eating, and it gives you a QR code, and you go then
play a video game on their website.
I was like, man, just make me laugh now.
Like the cereal boxes.
Like,
scan the QR code to do the maze online.
Well, it's one construct of a Laffy Taffy joke and a dad joke. The pun is puns. That's what it is, right? But the dad joke usually is constructed in a story being told.
Yeah.
While the pun is usually what did the...
Yeah.
Like, what washes up on small beaches. Microwaves.
Oh.
See?
That's good.
It's a punchline. It's a hit. But a dad joke is usually a story, and then your story's over, and you have to deconstruct the joke lives in the story.
I was actually watching a YouTube video the other day, and it was like it was something similar setup to what we had done, and I want to say that you and I did that back before. I mean, they were just gaining traction, but I think we were one of the early adopters of that format of going back and forth with each other across the table, because me and Tim did it with the Gildan versus Next Level. Mm-hmm. And now I see that so much on Facebook and other places, people just going back and forth, like try not to laugh, this and that. But back to the point, I was watching like, I guess semi-professional comedians or people that go out and do like comedy stuff, stand up, and they were trying to roast each other or something, and it was they took too long to get to the punchline. The setup was way too long, and it was just kind of making me cringe, because there's nothing worse than watching someone think about what they're trying to say in that period of time.
Right.
It makes you hurt for them.
Yeah. At least we did edit ours, but it's a soft edit. We were pretty quick on ours. I was proud of.
But you and I wasn't sitting there just like stumbling. Like if we couldn't think of it, we'd drop it and we'd go. We knew we had the power of editing, but it wasn't like.
Yeah, I still believe in the level of, if you want to call it flow state. You know what I mean? Like once you get rolling with it, sometimes magic just happens, and it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I think it's being in the moment and being able to really just do your thing.
Yeah.
I've always said it's similar to like playing musical instruments. Once you get into the song, you're not thinking of all the chords. It's not even muscle memory. It's just like sometimes you hear the chord before it happens. You know what I mean? I just land on it. Like I know, where to go. It's a very natural flow. I wish I could get more of a flow state mindset all the time if I could, but I get so distracted by, all the paths of what to do, and then you stumble and you fumble and all that kind of stuff. But good news, that kind of thing is more forgiving. I've been doing a lot of speaking engagements, and there'll be times where I get in this flow thing where I'm just nailing it, but then you get, just like I'm doing right now, you get, man, there's so many things to talk about, you know what I mean, and which way to go. So it's being able to quickly just push right through that and just know that, like skiing down a mountain, you're going to get there. You're fine. Just let it go.
Yeah.
It's a very Zen thing to do. By doing less, you're doing more.
Yeah, I think when I get to talk, like, if I really get on like a stretch, and if I'm in a real talkative mood, usually it's at Waffle Houses in the later times of night. But then I'm like, I think self-awareness with me is a big thing, because I'm like, I bet people wish that I would shut up right now. But I can keep going, and I think that's that's another thing why I think you and I like being behind the camera, is because we do have the gift of talking. You're more avid in doing it. Like, I'll talk when I have it, but you're definitely jump at it more so than I would in situations. More talkative than I am. Initially.
Yeah, it's strange, because when I was really young, I was very, like a moment of shyness. I was afraid to speak up about anything. I don't know, it's weird. And it's weird how once that turns on, that's what it is. I don't know. I just decided one day, look, I need to do it, to just be there and do it. By the way, not to change subject, but DeReal shout out said, I need the 100 shirts ASAP. Well, the reason I was messing with my phone, by the way, if I wasn't being rude, I swear, I was actually hitting my team up, and DeReal shout out, they're going to give you a real shout out here in a moment. So check your messenger. You should be getting a little note, a little message from somebody from the team momentarily. And that's how we do it here.
I've said notes a couple times too, unironically. Like,
what?
I think I typed it to you the other day when we were talking about the security system, and I just put like notes, but I'm like, man, John's gonna think I'm like talking about scribbling on paper or something. Like, I don't know how you would abbreviate notes, because if you just put NOT''S, it's knots. But like, would it be NOT period? ''S?
Well, it depends. What was the context of it? What were you trying to say?
I was like, nah, the thing didn't send me any notes. Like notifications.
Oh.
And I don't want a bad habit of saying that, because I used to didn't say LOL.
Yeah.
And now I say it IRL a lot.
I still think it's funny that how many times this is an old person thing to do, is wondering how often people are actually laughing when they say it.
If I'm actually laughing, like okay, so like if you ever send me something, like if I put LOLOL, that was a chuckle. I was like, capital single LOL, I laughed. L space OL, all caps, I'm like, you got me. And then if I ever reply to you like, dude, that is absolutely hilarious, then I'm laughing full on.
I have a friend that when you're telling him a story, he just looks pleasant, smiling, and it kind of feels like that fake, like, it's almost like, I think he wants me to stop talking. And he just sits there and pleasantly smiles. And then when you're done with what I thought was a kind of funny thing I just said, he's just like, that's funny. I've never heard him laugh one time ever. Just a pleasant smile, and then verbally saying, that's funny.
That's funny. My mom will do that. My mom will look me like dead straight in the face, not listening to a word I say, and as soon as I finish, right on to the next subject. Like, Lord, man.
Yeah, one of the weird psychology things is learning about why we laugh. If you think about it, it's a very strange thing. It's something that we like allow to happen that is really strange, like weird that it's a thing that is just allowed, like socially. You know what I mean? Like somebody says, there's like other things, if you said something awful to somebody and they literally screamed out loud when you told them, you're like, you would think you told somebody something really upsetting.
Yeah.
You know? Or just making weird noises. If all different cultures do weird things. Let me rephrase that. All different cultures do things that that we all maybe do or don't do. So therefore, when you see it, you're like, that's weird to me, only because I've never seen it before. And so, but then again, people have all different kind of jokes and little isms that they do with their family that maybe another family wouldn't do. You know,
Yeah.
like we might have talked about this, but it's appropriate to talk about it again because it's funny. Is I have a friend who, she talks about. We were talking about funny things, like when you're little, and your grandfather would tickle your feet or something like that, or your ribs or something, or do the "I got your nose." Everybody probably seen some version of that. She'd be like, she was like, "Oh yeah," and then, and then how sore you would get after playing Crab Family. And we were like, "What? What's Crab Family?" And apparently that's where like. You're just, everybody sees who can pinch each other in the family or something. So I just imagine this whole family, like 4 kids and 2 parents, and people got welts all over them because they've just been pinching each other all day and just like the kind of, I was like, is that enjoyable? Are you getting in fights? Are you picking on somebody? Is that a teasing thing?
Someone pinch me, they're getting hit in the mouth.
So that's probably why most families don't play Crab Family, because everybody gets crabby and angry.
I don't know if we definitely, that is still one of the best things that story is gold. You told the full version of it, yeah, but that is like, I'm not like that, my family's not like that. We're not picky at each other.
Like pestery? Like teasy kind of thing?
Pestering, yeah. My ex-girlfriend's family, very like shoddy. They just take shots at each other constantly. But like, I'm pretty quick-witted, so when I say something, it usually hurts. And they can't, like, they're the people that just like, they'll poke, but once you poke back, they're just like, I'm gonna go cry now.
We would do,
like,
sometimes the most subtlest things when you pick on people, is the funniest. Actually, my wife and I do that out of just joking, because that's the way both of our families used to be. And I think maybe this is the Gen X way to grow up. Like everybody's peace. It's like peace doesn't last long on a family trip down to wherever.
oh God, no.
And so everybody's just chilling, and it's like too quiet, right? And then all of a sudden, like we'd be driving across the country, and there'd be an old dilapidated barn off to the side. I'd be like, so my brother would be like, "Hey Ben," he's like, "Huh? That's where you're gonna live when you grow up." It's just the most weirdest subtle insults. You see something that's not awesome, and you're like, that's the kind of car you're going to drive, and just find a rusted old out car. He's like, no, and he's like, Mom, John said I'm going to live in a rusted car. Live in a rusted car. That's a good one. Point at the rusted car. And be like, that's where you're going to live when you grow up. And now my brother lives in a rusted car.
He lives in a van down by the river.
So yeah, I mean, picking on your brothers and sisters, that's a big thing to do.
Me and my sister would just fight.
Yeah.
Just fight. Constantly fight.
I wonder have you ever been picked on because of a T-shirt you wore? Or someone...
Yeah, I mean, when I've always loved graphic tees. That's a big reason why I do this today. But yeah, I used to have like if you would go somewhere, and I was really big into like Volcom, really into skatewear as a youth, even though I couldn't really skate. But yeah, you'd go to different places, and if those kids are like, oh, you're wearing blah, 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 and the logo, blah, 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 and it's like, dude, shut up, it's just a shirt.
See, I've noticed people being insulting on like the cuts of T-shirts. I was just at Quick Trip before I got here today, and just from being up there, one of the old guys who stands out front and drinks his coffee and all that stuff, he was talking to me, and he was like, you don't print none of those shirts that you could like see through, can you? And I was like, clear shirts? I was like, what do you mean see through shirts? And he was literally trying to describe like any kind of fashion tee. Like to him, when he was talking about what his ideal shirt was, is to like have this thick shirt that barely moves. It's like a Hanes 7-ounce shirt or something. Yeah. And And I'm like, he's like, yeah, you can totally hold it up to the sky and see the sun through it. And I'm like, first of all, your body doesn't illuminate like the sun. Like if you're walking around and literally lights coming through your shirt,
You got a bigger problem.
yeah, you got a bigger problem that your shirt's too thin. So
I ate a flashlight last night.
So yeah, it's very strange when people, but he was like saying it in an insulting way, like.
Oh yeah, people will. The guy that the studio dude that I go to, he's like, I don't want any of them cheap shirts. What do you mean cheap shirts? You know, the ones that you can see through. I'm like, I don't. In this is the. Like, this is what we needed. Myths or just weird happenstances in all of screen printing. And how people react to something why do people feel the need to stretch things? Whether it be the shirts, the prints, people just love, like, I have never, like, I don't get it, because when I was talking to this guy about that, he just took his shirt and he just, like, I can rip a Gildan and a Next Level, like, down the seam. I can rip it half in two. I've done it 1,000 times. Like, why do people do it?
I mean, Hulk Hogan, they have Hulk in their name.
But that doesn't necessarily, like, quality is, I don't know, man. Quality is a multifaceted issue. And it's not because something stretches or you can see if light semi-permeates it.
I could see the quality of a shirt with, like, as you lay it on the table from across, like, from a couple feet away. I can already tell you by the way it's sewn together on the seams, by the visible pill or not that you can see. I'm not even a production person.
But those things are like, that's like, I don't know, like, do we look at that because of what we do?
Yes.
Or it's like, but no, if you look at something, even if you don't screen print or work around garments, like, I think a person should be able to look at something and you look at the way, like you said, the way that it is sewn, the way that the seams anchor together,
Right.
the way that something pulls.
I think there's a level of the few foot test represents the finished version of it. Example, if you walk into a place, and we could be wrong about this, and that's very important, but you walk into a pizza place. Here I'm talking about pizza again. I'm telling you, pizza and t-shirts, we could literally, we should have a tea pizza. We should have a tea pizza shop, because the theory on value and quality and pricing and what's good, very similar in a lot of ways. It was weird, you would think. But if you saw a pizza place that had where you could buy the single pizza, the slice, and from what you see, the cheese is all broiled. You can see there's what most people would perceive the right amount of crust to middle ratio, the size that it's cut, the slice that you're about to buy if you buy that right then, and because all those decisions are made, like, if you think it's a good value or not in that moment, like from a mile, you haven't even tasted it yet, and it's usually when you feel like someone's done all the right things to present it the right way, and it's sitting out there looking so good and broiled, like, you almost feel like, I'm going to be surprised if that's bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that's what it is. I think when we look away, we're like, everything looks really like it's spot on from here.
Yeah.
It's like you wouldn't get to the finished look that looks that tight and good
If it was all bad.
Right. So I think that's what we're all picking up on, and that's why, I mean, products in a store, you can tell by the packaging sometimes, like, you just think there's going to be a level of quality there, and it should be a surprise, and you're more surprised when it's not.
Yeah.
I think the biggest problem with most stuff is timeliness of getting it done. Too many things have been wonderful that people didn't show up with. That's why we're so big on time here and making sure we understand when people need their stuff, because what did I say the other day, Mo? Like, I think Dakota says it in one of our videos too. We had her say that about a late shirt is not a great shirt or something, or maybe Hannah said it or something. But that's the truth. Like, you order a delicious pizza and it shows up 2 hours late, then Brad's punching through walls.
I'm mad. No, I went to Bojangles the other day, and, like, you go there and, like, I'm ordering for my family. So it's usually, like, I'm spending $50 to $70 for food, like if everybody's eating. It takes forever, and they're never correct. And I think over the years of operating how we do, and I'm not plugging us, I'm just saying this as a company, how we handle situations when situations happen, if someone's not satisfied or someone needs something, or even if someone orders this and oops, I need 10 more shirts. We just did that the other day. A customer orders a big order and they're like, I actually need 10 more. Okay, cool, we'll do it, no problem. Because no matter if you're spending $1 or $1,000, you still paid for it. You're requesting a service and exchanging money for it. And God, dude, I ordered like $60 worth of Bojangles and they didn't give us any biscuits, no coleslaw, and chicken was just cold. It was just so bad, and it disappoints me. So, yeah.
We ordered from a Mexican restaurant a while back and called them back. It's one of the bigger, more popular ones, and it was Uber Eats and everything like that, whatever. So I called them and we got fajitas for 2 because there's me and my wife, and all the stuff came in. We're unpacking everything, and there's no tortillas at all. Right. And then I was like, well, what do we do about this? And my solution was I have no problem with even like warming it back up if I have to. And I was literally going to call and just be like, hey, the next time you have a driver coming this way, can you just drop off the tortillas? Do you have any more orders coming our way soon? Because I didn't want to be, I don't know, I feel bad that I had to be like, I don't want to be the Karen, basically, is my problem. And she got mad at me because she was like, we don't have delivery people, that's Uber, you got to call Uber. I was like, well, but that's a weird thing to call Uber and ask them about. Bottom line was, her final suggestion was, there's nothing we can do, you can go to your local grocery store and get some. And I was like, oh. So we ate carb-free. We started our carb diet that day. That's what it was. So, but it's important to like care, I think. That's the biggest thing. When someone feels like you don't care. Like, I even cared so much. I was the right one. No, I mean, I don't mean to say it like that, but I knew that this is, like, tortillas are generally inexpensive, but it's kind of like, it's part of the deal when you order fajitas, right?
Yeah, unless then you're just ordering, like, stir fry.
Yeah.
With no rice.
And so, yeah, I felt bad. I was like, what solution can we find, So I think that's what the biggest thing we could all do. If you work for anyone, be solution-based in your everyday today. Be it always solving something. People will love you forever for that. Your bosses will love you. Your customers will love you. Solve issues, solve problems. That's my advice to the world.
Yeah, be the universal solvent.
Yes. Be
water. Our buddy Thurman said, I got a shirt that disintegrated in the wash. Is that a cheap shirt? Thurman,
Well, if it was made out of cotton candy, not cotton fabric, then it probably did its job.
Yeah.
Unwashable cotton shirts would be cotton candy shirts. They would be delicious too. If it disintegrated in the wash, I'd be very concerned if I had a shirt that just disintegrated. First of all, I would want to check your water acidity levels.
Yeah, you might be, just make sure there's no like hydrochloric acid in there.
Yeah, that's one of those things. But it depends on, man, I've met some people who are more hardcore about the way they wash their shirts than any of us ever would be. Inside out on certain kind of.
My mom.
Is she like that?
My mom, like, I don't do my own laundry, and I'll openly admit that. I'm a grown man, and my mom does it for me. No, I moved back in with my parents, not my parents, but my mom and my grandma after COVID, and I haven't done laundry in like 4 years because my mom thinks I'm still a literal child. My mom's insane. And it bothers me because it's the way that she does it. Like, while it is like my mom and my grandma, they're very set in their ways about a lot of things, a lot of household chores and duties that we need to do.
Not to cut you off, there's something about this. This is a level of like
Old
not.
Southern woman thing.
Yeah, and it's like I would never like I know how to do it, but it was like why is it so much better when I don't? And it's not even just because I don't get to. Like I know what to do it, but it's like this. A long time ago, I had an idea for a sandwich restaurant called Mom Sandwiches or something like that. Like when Mom makes you a sandwich, it's like there's something about it that just comes together. It's perfect, and you go try to make it. I'm trying to make it. It's falling apart. Where's the flavor at? It's like
My mom's hamburgers is that for me.
yeah, we all
Makes me
love
emotional.
it's just I think it's love.
Love, yeah. I mean, it definitely. But it's like I do appreciate it, and I do love her for it, and like I'm thankful that I'm I get that privilege in life is to not have to do laundry. But the way that she does it is just so inefficient, and when things are inefficient, it bothers me on like this weird, stupid level. Because dude, I will turn shirts inside out, but usually like my laundry habits are throw them in the hamper, dump them in the washer, put them in the dryer, put them back in the hamper. If I have nicer stuff, I'll hang it up. And I want to do it as quickly as possible because it's like, one, it's not fun. Two, it's mundane, and I don't like doing mundane things. And I just want to, anything that I can make faster, I want to do it like that. She takes her time, and like I said, it's cool, I love it. I love her to death, but sometimes it just gets nutty to where I'm like, I could have done this in 10 minutes and you're spending 2 hours on it. Like it's
I
wild.
think it's because time is the ultimate commodity that cannot be replaced, and your mother is choosing to give time to what she loves. That's why I say it's made with love. If we would just love ourselves more, we'd make better sandwiches and better laundry decisions.
I make a good sandwich though. I love myself a bunch on sandwiches.
Yeah.
Grilled cheeses too, man.
I think, who was I talking about that the other day? How grilled cheese has this magical, maybe it was Drew, I said it to Drew or something like that, is there's this infinite amount of grilled cheeses that I could possibly eat. Like, a shocking amount. That'd be one of those things is like, don't keep making them for me because I think I might just eat them.
Have you ever made like ham, turkey, cheese, bread, like hot sandwiches, fried hot sandwiches?
Yeah. It's good. I still will stand by this day taking 2 pieces of pizza left over, cheese to cheese, so bread to bread on the outside, and panini that thing, and just eat it.
Whoa.
I swear to God, it's one of the best things you'll ever. I have it for breakfast all the time. It's one of the best things to have. I literally will make fried eggs and like dip it in the yolk and eat it.
I don't think I've heard you say that before. I
It's
must
awesome.
have been not here.
And another hack to do there: go and cut the bread, cut the crust off of it, because if you think about it, the crust is more thick. If you're trying to make a nice, even panini, you cut that off, but cook it in there in the pan with it, and then you have breadsticks to go with it. They're crunchy, and use a little butter on each side, and no one's sad. That's what happens. Complete joy happens. You know what I think it is too? Anytime you've ever had like leftover, any Italian food that's left over and you reheat it, it's got more like flavor and oomph to it. Chili's like that too. Anything that marinates and does its thing. So leftover pizza, do that. Thurman said everything else was uniform. Was fine uniform. Everything was good. Just that one shirt. So we're talking literally out of all of the shirts, one of them just disintegrated. So this isn't even a what if question.
He sent me a picture of it, but I'm pretty sure someone chewed that up. Thurman, are you trolling us?
Wait, is it the Thurman that works here?
Yeah.
It's the only Thurman I think I know anyway.
Yeah. Thurman's actually made up. He's a figment of...
He's a plant.
Yeah.
Like, in audiences where you have somebody be like, I really love your company. What can it really do for me that's better? Funny you ask. We have a new product coming out,
He is the obvious plant.
So, yeah, Thurman's a plant. He's a spy for ourselves. We're just being transparent here, everybody.
Well, Thurman's a sitcom character. I just want everyone to understand that right now. The things that happen and have happened and do happen to Thurman will consistently and continually be unreal.
Yeah.
It's like you can't believe the stuff that he gets into.
If you didn't know, Thurman is the mastermind behind the character Boss Rob. That's been his main. He's been on some Me Time with Brad, but he's been pigeonholed as Boss Rob pretty much at this point.
Yeah, his last thing, ironically, we're talking about people that look like us. When we did like the employee introduction and like interview video things, he's on camera calling me Whitewater, Aquaman, and a couple other things, but like there's the way that whoever was filming at the time, whoever edited it, clipped it to where Thurman's just like Whitewater, Aquaman. It's really loud, and he's right there. But it actually comes from the early '90s, so maybe age. Jeez, Thurman.
Is he talking about his shirt?
Yeah.
See, this is what's, you know what's lame when companies do have somebody say something negative online, maybe a bad review, and then they try to delete it and get rid of it. But we're the kind of company that has our employees come and complain about our own shirts live. We didn't have him do that.
No, this isn't us. This is a shirt from the '90s.
Oh, just kidding. No, so out of all the shirts that you've kept from the '90s, one is disintegrated. The ratio, then you actually are the best person at keeping care of your shirts if that's the only shirt that is disintegrated from 1990 something. Shirts can last a long time, but if you know what it is, the more you love the shirt, the least it's going to last. It's math.
Yeah, it's math. Bleach is, people use it, but I'm a strong anti-bleach activist.
Yeah, especially on black T-shirts.
It eats cotton. It eats ink. It's not the best, you know.
Yeah, what I was trying to say is, you know, the more you love the shirt, the more you're going to wear it. I've printed 3 of these shirts, and they're all like I wear them a weird amount of times. I don't know. I just like the design a whole lot. It's a fun design, simple. I actually like the black and white special thing. I should go order 100 of these for myself, and that way I get to wear them multiple, 2 or 3 each a year, and then I get to wear it every day. So, yeah, guys, that's what we do. So the black and white special is great if you have an obsessive design that you want to wear all the time. You can get 100 of them made just for yourself, or you can get them made and sell them to other people like most people do.
I'm surprised most people, it's such a good deal. Like, just for, like, it's cheaper than going and buying 100 shirts from Goodwill.
Yeah.
It's cheaper than, it's the best deal that you're going to find.
I wonder, you could just order them blank.
You could do that too, yes.
You can have, and then you have a black T-shirt to wear every day of your life.
I mean...
Well, as long as you live more than 300 days.
Yeah, 100 days.
Well, I'm the average.
Oh, you're talking about washing. Okay, I got you.
That's my brain jumping to the end conclusion. If I wash them, if I do 2 or 3 load laundries a week, I guess you could do it only, that'd be awful to wait until you get through 100 and then wash them all and do another 100. That means you would have a 100-day-old sweaty shirt in the hamper.
Or you could I think my end goal might be getting like a big old humidified, like a sauna, but it just saunas.
Or just start wearing your shirts in the shower.
Yeah.
And then just wash them while you're washing yourself.
Yeah, just wring them out, then go step in the hot room.
Because you were saying you like to be efficient with your processes. You're never nude in the shower.
I am Tobias Funke.
Anyways, other than that, I mean, we've had a good time hanging out today. We got the multi-camera going. This has been fun, and we got a lot of cool stuff coming up soon. So just stay tuned.
Thurman's last comment.
What'd he say?
Yeah, I should have just said that to begin with, but still, with the rise of thrifting, spending $80 on an old shirt and that happens. Thurman.
What?
He's not making this up, everybody in chat.
You think he bought an $80 old shirt? The only reason you should buy an $80 old shirt is based on who wore the shirt. If it's like I wore Brad Pitt's sweaty shirt from Fight Club for $80.
$80. He signed it too. Spit on it.
With his own blood. Spit in it and signed it.
Spit in it.
He got punched, spit on it, and wrote his name. Brad Pitt was here. And then,
that's goofy.
but yeah, so that's the only time an $80 old shirt should come into play. So,
Thurmond.
so anyways, thank you guys for watching us today. It's been fun, and we're about to have a wonderful weekend. The summer has officially started, I think. Because we're pretty well. It's the last. This is the last weekend of April, right?
Yeah, I've got two. I've saw a couple tank top orders flow through. We printed one the other day, girls' tanks, and then we got some dudes' tanks in the pipes. So maybe it has.
And the original use of a tank was to go swimming in.
Really?
Yep, because the swimming tank is what they call it, not a pool. It was above ground swimming tanks. And
Not a pool, a tank.
yeah, the pool, it was literally, if you think about it, it basically was a big rollaway trash dumpster. They filled with water and then they swam in it. And
It just sounds unnerving.
I think it was inappropriate for people to be bare chested of all genders. And so you wear a tank top and then you wear that in the pool while you swim. Because I'm going to wear it in the tank. That's what the bathing suits were used to be, literally a onesie tank top.
So that's why we don't have to get into it right now because we're well over. But next week we're gonna dive into, pun intended, wetsuits.
Terminus T's new wetsuit, yeah, custom printed wetsuits. We could do it. We got to figure out, is it neoprene? I mean, we could print a koozie.
I mean, no, it's nylon, and you got to buy like different additives, and
But you don't think DTF can come in and save the day there?
No, it'd scorch it. If all nylon, it would just burn right through it.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's very like you got to run those down. We did like in my old shop, we did a couple thousand of them from this company, and we put. I mean, the dryer was going. You put an additive in there that basically is a type of peroxide, but that works. That's not water based at all. So you put the additive into whatever ink color that you're using, and it will actually start curing just from air temperature. It'll start heating up. So you run it down the dryer. I mean, at 280 for 15 seconds. I mean, you had to have two people. It was me and another dude at the end of the belt catching, and you have to have two people do it because it's so fast. It's nutty.
It just seems like pad printing would come in and...
That would be, but the people stretch them, and the pad gets in there, and it just kind of, it's like if you stretch a balloon, it'll just get bigger and bigger, and eventually it'll like warp shape.
Quit stretching stuff.
Yeah, quit stretching things.
Unless you're anticipating rapid width growth, like some of us experience.
Yes, I'm so with.
Maybe that's what it is. It seems like only old people stretch shirts, though. They're like, I've been on this track of ballooning up. And by the way, I'm not making fun of that. I definitely have done so myself. So I need to change my life. That's what needs to happen. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching us today. It's been really fun. I can't wait till next week, and it'll be May. I think next week we're getting into May 4th time.
Yeah, wetsuit May.
All the May 4th memes are about to come out.
Yes, Fortnite student Star Wars update.
Really? Mm-hmm. Is that true? Okay, that's my commitment between now and next Friday is to actually play Fortnite.
God, dude, yes. I tried to download Call of Duty, but I don't know how.
So I'll do Fortnite first, and then Brad will do Call of Duty, and we'll keep you guys posted on how that is, how it's going, and how it will be. So yeah, thanks for watching this. This has been What's in the Box, and we are out. Bye.